Just like most things in life, we went into our 30-day active research project with a few preconceived ideas about how it would go. We thought, you're telling me eating a few extra berries every day is going to make me smarter?
You're telling me considering the time of day you consume food affects your overall cognition?
Going into anything with cognitive biases can cloud your judgment and prevent you from seeing the truth in a situation. But that is especially true when attempting to complete an accurate and thorough research project. So, we figured that the best way to avoid letting cognitive biases interfere with our work was to address them directly. We teamed up in groups of 2, and each team looked into a specific topic in relation to our diet, one focusing on supporting the idea, and the other looked into opposing opinions and research. This allowed us to address controversial concepts and come up with the most educated and accurate answers possible. Thanks to technical difficulties, Zach and I couldn't film this together. Regardless, we are going to look into opposing views on berries and their effects on the brain.
In my research, I discovered an article written by Mary Franz on scientificamerica.com. It stated that a group called Springer Nature conducted research supporting the idea that berries do, in fact, positively impact brain function. It shows that many berries contain antioxidants, which are proven to improve memory and cognition.
Well, Zach, while some of your research may be valid, it appears that your sources seem to ignore something significant that I came across in my research. According to a 2012 UCLA study, consuming too much fructose, which is found in fruit, can literally slow down your brain. The overconsumption of fructose damages synaptic activity in the brain, meaning communication among brain cells is impaired. Not only can fructose overconsumption be detrimental to your cognition, it can also negatively impact one's psychological well-being by increasing your risk of developing anxiety or depression.
After doing further investigation into our sources, we discovered that they were actually both valid.
Zach's research was actually accurate when it stated that antioxidants can help the brain. It's been proven by many different researchers. That being said, it's also true that consuming too much sugar can have negative effects on our cognition.
Our opposing views have actually brought new and helpful information into our diet plan.
We know that consuming berries is definitely helpful in improving our cognition, but we also must do so in moderation in order to avoid consuming too much sugar.
Although it has always been a rumor that the times you eat can affect your diet, we decided to take a further look into this idea to see if it was true.
Going through our own diet, it is important to take into consideration when we eat. So why would it matter when someone eats nutrient-based foods? It is beneficial for the body and the mind at any time of the day. As long as someone is consuming a proper diet, it doesn't matter as to when it is being consumed. According to the article, Brain Food, Nutrition Tips for a Healthy Brain, written by the Brain and Spine Foundation, eating and drinking the right things as a part of a healthy diet can improve our brain health. So consuming foods with complex carbohydrates, essential fatty acids, amino acids, and vitamins and minerals at any time during the day will be helpful for brain function. How could it not? Just because it's 7 a.m. or 5 p.m. doesn't mean there's a difference in the nutrients our brain is receiving.
I see what you're saying, Allegra, and I can understand how one would think this may be true. However, as I furthered my research, I found out that the time you do consume food does in fact affect your overall cognition. As we are focusing on diets that do affect your cognition and the biases that come along with it, I found articles supporting this so-called rumor. According to an article written by newsmedical.net, eating at the wrong time of day does affect learning and memory. Your body is set to an eternal clock. By making poor choices in the times you decide to eat, the molecular clock in your hippocampus can alter your cognitive performance. Furthermore, those late-night snacks that seem harmless every now and then really do some serious damage. By munching late at night, you are cutting into your body's sleep cycle, and consuming sugars instead of sleeping can damage your mind's functioning and ability to activate your memory and learning comprehension to its full potential.
Taking into consideration both of our sources, we decided that the most credible and helpful aspect to our diet would be to implement an eating schedule.
As having full memory and learning comprehension at all times is a crucial aspect to the busy lives we live as college students, we decided to implement a food consumption schedule to our diet, and we also agreed to stray away from eating anything past 9 as doctors recommended.
To wrap up, our group has done its best to play devil's advocate with every source we came across.
By having an open mind throughout our research and experimentation, we have learned far more than what we would if we hadn't.
We hope that this brings a strong sense of credibility to our diet plan. Thanks, see you next time.